Well, I mean, more hit points is always good. Wouldn't want the great hero to keel over and die, after all. Well, look at this.
Once, Bernardo had opened a chest, and a jack-in-the-box jumped out. Jack-in-the-boxes, they gave him the Wiggins.
Hey guys! Whee! Huh. Okay, nothing here.
Bernardo was glowing with dark power. Already the sun had dimmed. He could do anything, he realized. He could wrap the island safely in smoke again. He was beyond a hero. He was going to become a god again. How odd, he thought, that the Iblis Stone had nothing to say about any of this. Well, no matter. Once he killed this petty Toad Emperor, he would bring back the Black Sun.
Huh.
Oh, this really didn't have much in the way of safety features, did it?
Get fucked! Whoop! Booyah! Well, that was
Don't look down, he thought.
Emperor! Boom! I'm going to slay you! There we go. Oh boy. Well done.
He found the Emperor and the Council huddling by his ship, plotting. They saw him and cowered before him.
Back to hell, fiend!
Croaked the Emperor desperately.
In the name of the Transcendent Emperor!
Croaked the speaker. They held some arcane items he didn't recognize. He simply flexed his will and sucked their souls out of their bodies.
Well,
And Iblis exulted. It is finished. And the void that had been a mere stone on a sword expanded. It stretched and ripped like a vast womb. And a gaze, black and pitiless as the sun, passed through the void into the land. And so time ended.
what?
And just like that, he was alive again, and back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book
leveled
was
up.
still open
Thank
before
you.
him. So, the book was a portal. It took you to the future, when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times, but he'd learned another true thing. The
Indeed.
Iblis Stone was evil. It would try to corrupt anyone who used it.
Okay, well,
But he was starting to feel like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the Path of Destinies. With that, The book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game-changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
So... I'm going to actually redo this one.
The island was windswept desert.
And
No one
instead
went
of
there
going
except
for the kill,
ostriches
I'll go for
and
the
ostrich
core,
hunters.
so that I
The
have
Iblis
both of them.
stone. It would whisper promises in his ear, offer him power for blood. But this time, Renato was sure he could master it. And so, Renato went ostrich hunting. Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone?
Yeah, pretty much.
Long
yeah.
hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
Whee!
People had laughed at the government workbench placement program, but you could see the benefits everywhere.
Indeed, I can have workbenches everywhere.
What was he doing here? The last time, the stone had fought him for possession of his own soul.
Yeah, well... I mean, this time we are going to go for the stone and its counterpart, so maybe I can...
I hear black is the new dead.
What? Black is the new dead. Oh, can't kick them down the elevators
Ravens
down.
were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. And he hadn't come too late.
Yeah, we know all this.
Renato hoped his mother wasn't watching.
Isn't your mother dead? Let's go. Ow! Come on, use the hook. Use the hook. Huh, I had some minor difficulties with the controls there
Get
for
your
a
blood
moment.
pumping like a bit of killing.
which is kind of weird since the controls are actually pretty simple. Bloop, 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 bloop. We're going this way this time. The chest isn't there anymore, so fuck it. Well, can't do much. You can open the hero. Well, wait, what's that?
Whee!
Another red chest over here. Well done. I can use this sword to open hero doors too. I wonder if that's... Yeah, that can't be intentional. Shield breaker would be kinda useful, I guess.
There had to be some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renato was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people. He hadn't noticed that path before.
Are you going to buff each other, or what's the deal here? Style, meh. Fuck you! Ah, more physical resistance. Thank you.
And this is why heroes are called dashing, Renato thought. See? Dashing? Get it?
Oh, come on. Whee! Didn't fuck up that time. Yeah.
The Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
Whee! I need more stamina, so I can dash more. That way I too can be dashing.
This was much easier than free climbing.
Well, I wonder why. Whoop. Ow. Oh, fuck it. Okay, give me you.
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager.
I know.
Thirsty.
Skip.
That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the Transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. Go to the core.
Yep,
Said
we
the
are going for
stone
the core.
anxiously.
Nope.
But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Huh? Yeah, we'll just...
The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance. The stone felt a bit clingy, and he had a feeling it did not have his best interests at heart. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Sky Ripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power. He would go there.
I mean, I still do have the stone, right? I see no reason why I would leave it behind and give it to the Emperor.
The moment he landed the Farfarer, Reynardo had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sell for Zenobia's island.
I do have it.
He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Sword Fu school together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself. Except the biggest one. That she was the Emperor's daughter. No. Kill Zenobia, whispered the stone.
Nope.
Before it's too late.
Fuck you. Dear Zenobia, the director of the Academy has told me how much he was impressed by your academic performance and leadership. Somehow I doubt this was a session of bootlegging. I have seen plenty of those. That old toad was sincere. I am proud of you, my daughter. You will make a fine empress one day. On my end, great news. Professor Calaveras has been studying the Nexus and he has made a bold observation. That toad is a true genius. You know how that island is unique, constantly changing, new crystalline formations appearing, island fragments merging, splitting, slowly drifting, held together by some invisible threads? Professor Calaveras is convinced those changes are not random, but rather indicative of the living nature of the islands. He has observed that certain changes on the Nexus follow, or sometimes precede, a turbulence on another island. Landslide, quake, flood. The Nexus seems to resonate with those events. Maybe the island are hive mind, and the Nexus is the brain. In any case, I am funding a permanent scientific observatory on the Nexus. It will attract the Empire's greatest minds, with Professor Calaveras at the helm. I anticipate a great age of enlightenment for the Empire. With love, Father. Yeah. Oh, come on!
Done beautifully. Where was a bard when he
go
needed
beautifully.
one?
Give me that. Energy on kill. Well, now we have that thing too. Oh wait, I have wrong sword. Fuck that.
Those flames really bring out your eyes.
Well. Yeah, I fucked up there. Oh wait, look at that, I'm getting hit points on kill. Hey, this stone is actually being useful. Now just to make sure that I'm not... fucking myself over with it.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Oh right, there was this whole thing
You almost
about
never saw wild gogglers together like this. The toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. So these had to be imperial gogglers. That meant ravens were up ahead. Who are you looking at? Oh, right. No one. The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm. You're weak, whispered the stone. The core will kill you.
Nah.
Are you afraid of it? No, don't be ridiculous. It chuckled. But it's unstable. It's
It will poison you if you just carry it, and if you try to use